I would say overall, the research shows that holding children back doesn't have a great track record in general. It increases, and they're mostly unintended consequences. I think that the intentions are noble, that we don't want children who don't do well to continually be passed on, and I certainly understand that. But when we do hold children back, especially past third grade, the chances of dropping out sooner, the chances of not being successful are really kind of hard to refute some of the work on that. It seems like one of the challenges we don't know is that whether the child would have done well if they weren't held back. We'll never know that. So when they're saying they're doing well down the road, is it because they had a better teacher the next year, or was it because they were held back? We don't know. And so it's interesting. But I'd say in general, a lot of the research on retention has not been favorable for a lot of kids, especially minority and second language learners.
Mm-hmm. Tim, what's your perspective on that?
I truly believe it's the strategy. I really believe if we hold somebody back in the same type of learning environment, will they succeed? I think if we shift to more personalized learning to kind of get them up to speed, I think it's the way we address when we hold them back versus the strategy and the engagement and the personalized learning that may need to occur based on clearly identifying that student's needs. I've read, very controversial, the issue about holding back versus not, but I think we're forgetting it's the intervention and the way we are teaching versus just holding it back right in the same type of classroom, same type of learning environment and not changing anything. That's the issue.
Okay. Daniela, I know you don't set state policy, but I'm going to put you on the spot anyway. Okay. Do you think a program that let the third graders past to fourth grade, but just gave them remediation in third grade reading might be preferable to the setup we have now, where they're just going to fail?
Well, you've put me in charge of state policy now, so I'm going to be pretty bold and say anytime we're looking at one measure to define whether a student is proficient or not proficient, that's an issue. So if I'm in charge of state policy, first of all, we're going to bring multiple measures into this, and multiple measures would mean more than a multiple choice assessment. So that would be the first piece. As far as remediation, I look at, again, going back to if our goal is third grade reading, what do we need to do before third grade versus what do we do when they get to that point and they're already showing signs of struggling? So I would look at more prevention than remediation.